Hello, everyone, and welcome to ITLS Academy Empower the Youth. So, today in this lecture, we will going to understand the hazards from the natural sources, part 2. In part 1, we have already covered what are mycotoxins, what are the hazards that we get from the natural sources, and how it impacts the human health, and to which extent they are harmful for human as well as for animals. So today we will going to see the part 2. So we all are aware that plants, they all contain molecules that have an impact on our chemical senses. Okay, so every plant, they have certain types of molecules, and those molecules, they have a direct impact on our chemical senses. For example, aromatics attract us to food. Means if a food is there and the best aroma, or you can say a very uh, food is smelling very good, and we directly got attracted towards the food. Why we get attracted to the food very easily? Because of the aroma, delicious aroma that is coming from the food, and our mouth get waters. So the food industry uses a large quantities of aromatics from both natural as well as synthetic sources. So already we are aware of this thing, that the aroma that is present in the market. So sometimes the aromas are natural origin, and sometimes the aromas are of synthetic sources. So because of this factor, which factor? That yes, the aromatic attracts the people or towards the food. So the food industries pay a very large attention on this factor, and they decided, yes, to use aroma into the food, so that they can attract more people towards the food. Again, sometimes it is naturally, we get natural aroma from different kinds of plants, and sometimes the aromas are of synthetic sources. So aroma substances, they are volatile compounds that is perceived by the odor receptor sites of the smell organ, olfactory tissues of nasal cavities. So these aroma, they are a volatile compounds, and they are perceived by the odor receptor site of a smell organ. And in this way, our nose or the olfactory tissues of a nasal cavity play a very important role in smelling the aroma. Okay, so molecules with aromatic rings structure include the food drugs of caffeine, salicylic acid, the flavor of camphor, cinnamic acid, and there are different types of flavors are there that is present. And we get easily attracts toward these. If you, for example, if you smell coffee, so you get a different aroma. If you smell a cinnamon stick, so it smells differently. So every food or every aromatic compound product has their own smelling properties, and this is because of the aromatic ring structure. Now let us understand each aromatic compounds in details. So like for example, garlic and onions. So uh, in Indian dishes mainly, we use garlic. Why? Because garlic has some soothing odor, and it is very aromatic in nature, and it smell very differently. Whenever we want to put tadkas in our dals, pulses, so we generally use garlic, because of its unique properties, and because of its aromatic smell. Because if you smell garlic, when you put garlic inside the ghee, so it smells very differently. Similar case is with onion also. So let us understand the garlic. So garlic, that is allium sativum, and onion, that is allium cepa, are both members of the lily family, and we all know that lily smells very nice. In fact, lily smells one, or the smell of lily is one of the finest smells that is there. And both garlic and onions, they are both from the lily family, and both contain a very strong aromatic substances that we use as a flavoring for food. Because in food, different types of flavoring agents are there, just to attract the customers, just to attract the person to use or to consume that food, because aroma is something that attracts people. And because of its unique flavoring aromatic substances that is there in onions and garlic, they are being used in the industries, in different types of food items, because of its flavoring and aromatic substances. The medicinal properties of these foods have been used for centuries. For example, let us take an example of a garlic. If a toddler, if an infant will fall ill, we generally burn the garlic, or we हल्की से उसको हीट देते हैं garlic को, and we use that garlic to treat the cold and cough of the toddlers or the newborn babies. We put the garlic in one of the cotton clothes and make a potly of it, and we use as a smelling purpose, and to the newborn baby for treating colds and cough. And yes, these garlics and onions, they have a very high medicinal properties as well. And it is widely used, yes, it is widely used by different it is widely used for centuries now. Now, Alicum is the principal aromatic of garlic. So, you should know the principal name also, that is garlic is Allium sativum, and onions is Allium cepa. So, it is being widely used, and Alicum is the principal aromatic of garlic. Now alicum, it what is now alicum? So alicum, it is a sulfur containing terpene, and it is an intact garlic bulb, has a little odor, and strong odor of alicum allium sorry, it's alicum. It appears only after garlic bulb is cut or crushed. So when you see a garlic, so the bulb of the garlic, they have a very little odor. And if you want a very strong odor, so what you do, you cut the garlic bulb and you crush it, and then you get a very strong odor from the garlic. So here garlic is serving two things. First, it is serving as a uh, or good odor, aromatic substances, as well as garlic is serving as a flavoring agent in food. And apart from these, it has so many medicinal properties, and basically in treating different types of cold and cough, and many other things can be treated with garlic. Now coming to the onions, so we all are aware that onions are known for their tearing effect. If you cut a slice of an onion, so you get a tearing effect, means your eyes will have filled with watery, and you feel a little irritation while cutting an onion. So the substance that promote that tearing is a propanethiol as oxide, and and this substance, it promotes the tearing effect. So to avoid this tearing effect, one can reduce this tearing with by cutting a wash onion. You wash the onions, or for a few minutes before cutting, you put the onion in the refrigerator, so you can reduce the effect of tearing. And because while you put the onion in refrigerator, or you put onion under the running tap water, so this propanethiol as oxides, the it get a little reduced, and yes, the you can say the tearing effect get reduced by it. Now there are different spices, and we all know that these spices, they act as a preservative agents for the food. Apart from the preservative agent, they act as an aromatic substances for the food. Even they promote the flavoring of the food as well. So here it is acting as a preservative, and it is acting as a flavoring agent, it is acting as a aromatic substances for the food. So as we know that onion and these spices, they are being used by from the centuries, and yes, they has a very strong aromatic smell, and it enhances the aroma of the food, and it makes the food even more delicious. Because if you add spices, let's take an example of a hari elaichi that we call a green cardamom, and if you talk about the long, that is used in the main of the dishes. So these elaichi or the long, so they are very very aromatic substances, and they have certain different types of smells that comes from these substances. Even the cumin seeds, even their cinnamon sticks are there, even the bay leaves are there. Bay leaves is promoting the aroma of the food, and it has the all the spices that are there, they have a great aroma. Now comes the herbs and spices tends to chemically complex that and the drug like their in their activity. So most native cultures are relu- reluctant to eat non-food plants for a good reason. Most peoples are not affected by herbs and spices ingested only in a small dose, eaten frequently. Now it is a nutmeg, a common spices found in desserts and drinks, yield many chemicals such as eugenol, isoeugenol, sapphirol, limonene. So these are the net nutmeg mug. It is a common spices that is found in desserts. Now the therapeutic use of eugenol as an antidiarrheal or anti-clotting, anti-inflammatory agent could be suggested. However, if we were to use the nutmeg oil as a therapy, we would face the drug and toxic effect on other chemicals in the nutmeg. So again, every spices, as again I'm repeating, whether it's onion or garlic, whether it's spices or many other um, uh, you know aromatic substances are there, so they are directly used for their aromatic purpose because they have a good aroma, and this aroma can also be used in treating the food quality. Whenever if you want to check the food safety or food quality, the aromatic compounds that is there in the food play a very major role. Because whenever you are testing a food using your sensory organs, if smell, you first smell the food. Okay, so if the smell is pleasing, if the smell is nice, if the food is having a good aroma, then you consume that particular food. But yes, again, if the aroma is not good, if the food is not smelling good, then you avoid using that food because of the bad aroma that comes from the food. So it is also used for testing the food items. Now, peas and beans are common edible legumes. So, those food are staples worldwide and possess a desirable nutritional properties, but several biochemical problems may arise with their use. Soya bean contain are indigestible carbohydrate and inhibitors of digestive enzymes. So see, there are again different types of uh, edible legumes are there, and sometimes these legumes are digested very well, and these legumes are rich in the nutritional properties, but sometimes these legumes and different types of beans, they are undigestible because of some high content of indigestible carbohydrate. For example, soya bean. So soya bean, it contains indigestible carbohydrates, and these indigestible carbohydrate, what it does, they inhibit the digestive enzymes. So they and so there is no proper digestion of soya bean could occur. So again, it is a type of it occurs as a problems in humans. Then comes the brassicas. So brassicas, they are common and popular cabbage or Brassica family, and it contain a natural toxins as well. Even the cabbage, that is the reason whenever you purchase cabbage from the market, so it is advisable to drip the cabbage for about 30 minutes, or less than, not more, you can say the max is sorry, the minimum is 20 minutes. You should always dip the cabbage in the water for about 20 minutes, so that there there could be a proper removal of any types of the foreign particles that is associated or attached with the cabbage. So again, the cabbage is being used by people from so many years, but again, these cabbage also have some natural toxins uh, in themselves. So the gas producing properties of the brassica vegetables are known, and this brassica families plants, they have one thing in themselves, that is a gas producing properties. And some brassicas like broccoli, they have a high vitamin K content. We all are aware that broccolis, they are very nutritious for our health, and it is very good for our health, because cabbage has a high amount of vitamin K, and it is used by people because of its so many nutritional properties. But again, it has a problem, that is, it has a gas producing properties. Now moving to the next, that is the therapeutic effect of anticoagulant drugs that interfere with the conversion of vitamin K to prothrombin may be reduced by a brassicas in the ingestion. Now comes the brassicas also contain a high level of chemical that may interfere with a thyroid functions, promoting a thyroid enlargement, that is a goiter. So moving to the next, that is herbs and teas. So in the market, if we talk about the herbs, there are different kinds of herbs that are present, and every herbs, they have their own aroma. For example, if we talk about the different types of herb, like mint is there, like tulsi plants are there, they have their own properties. And every herbs have anti-medicinal properties, anti-inflammatory properties, and peoples are using these herbs and teas from ages, or you can say from centuries. So many people inquire about the use of herbal teas and herbal treatment, because nowadays, because of a large population, and because people are becoming more conscious, and they wants to avoid the chemical treatments, so they are adopting the herbal treatments. For examples, in the market, if you see, there are so many teas are present in the market. There are so many herbal types of treatment for treating different types of skin problem or different types of health problem. There are so many herbal treatments are there. So what they are doing, they are actually treating the patient with all the use of herbal things, and most of it is not all plant material, and they are potentially allergic. So sometimes the herbal product are not totally based on plant. So if it is synthetic, so it is allergy, it has a tendency to have a allergy in people. So from a biochemist point of view, plant materials, they contain many active substances in complex combination whose body effects are generally not known. Beneficial effects of plants materials, they can be associated with negative metabolic and toxic effects that needs to be considered when any plant is used with increasingly in intensity, especially on a daily basis. So if for example, let us take an example to understand these herbs, how they help in treating different types of diseases. So let us take an example like tulsi plant is there. So we all know that these tulsi plant, they have a good medicinal property, and they are used by people from centuries because these tulsi plants, they have a medicinal properties. And since they have a medicinal property, so what they are doing, they are actually helping the body to cope up with different types of diseases. For example, tulsi, as already sorry was telling you about tulsi, that tulsi has a medicinal property. Since it has a medicinal property, so it helps the body to cope up with different types of coughs, and different types of cold, and people are using these tulsi from ages. Similar case is with different types of herbs like pudinas are there. If a person is not able to digest the food, so you can take a leaves of pudina with water, or directly you can take chew the leaves of pudina, so it can relax the human body, and it helps in treating the gas diseases that is occur. Because when you feel uncomfort, you take pudin hara, that is of a pudina based origin product. So again, it has so many effects, and help a person to cope up with diseases. They have certain properties, but again, sometimes they if used in not in a proper way, so they are also harming the bodies. They are, some people got allergic towards them. So medicinal herbs are drug containing plants. Like other drugs, medicinal herbs have a side effect, toxic effect, and allergic effect in, and it may be harmful again. So everything have a certain advantages or disadvantages. So same with the herbal based medicines also. So sometimes they are very useful, but sometimes again they can leads to different types of allergy, because it depends upon the person, how a person is able to tolerate the effects or not. So if a person is not able to tolerate, so yes, they are again harmful for people. Now the problem with the whole plant medicine is that the active ingredients, they are mixed with everything else in a plant, and this means that the control over the drug effect that is achieved with a purified substance is not possible with the plant preparation. Now, this is again important thing, that is liver toxicity have been linked with a number of herbal trees. So let us understand this. So there means there is a thing that all the liver toxicity that is related with the herbal tree. Now there are few example. Comfrey Comfrey is a popular herbs that is potentially hypertoxic because of its py- pyroxidine alkaloids known as to cause hepatotoxic cellular uh, adenomas and increasing incidence of the bladder tumor in rats. So yes, they are harmful. in this way. Similar is the with the licorice. Licorice has found to have a substance that aid healings the stomach ulcer. However, it also causes sodium and water retention, loss of potassium, high BP pressure may result from the excessive consumption of licorice. So nowadays, if you see in the market, there are licorice based product even for treating any types of face thing. Also licorice is there, but yes, these licorice are so harmful if it is used on a daily basis, or it if it excessive use of licorice can also lead to different types of allergy or different types of problem, since if you use the licorice on a very high consumption, so it leads to the high BP, and it may also cause the sodium and water retention and the loss of potassium. So again, anything that is being used excess, it is harmful for the humans. So that's all about the lecture. I hope you have understood the lecture. As far as the lecture is concerned, there are many things that are important for the interview's point of view, and if you face any queries or anything that is not understood, please leave your queries in the comment section below. In the next lecture, I'll be answering the queries. You can follow ITLS Academy on different platforms, for example, uh, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and Twitter, YouTube, YouTube, and Facebook. You can also subscribe ITLS Academy, that is on YouTube, and this is our website, that is www.itlsacademy.com. You can simply visit our website to get updated, and this is our helpline number, even it is also our WhatsApp number. So if you face any queries or anything you want to ask, so you can simply drop your queries on our WhatsApp, or you can directly call on this number. So thank you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And yes, student, please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get more update on the lectures from ITLS Academy. Thank you once again.